Four reasons why parents are the first step of growth. Four reasons why parents are the first step of growth. Most of the times, people think that growth just occurs in a man's life. No, actually, Growth occurs because of the way the character we learned from our parents, or the way we were brought up, what we see, what we envisioned in our environment, what we experience in our environment. So I'm going to be giving four reasons why parents are the first step of growth. Number one, parents shape our first beliefs about the world. Most of the times, actually, we as children see their parents to be the only person who can tell them the truth. And so whatever our parents says, we accept it as the truth. And I'm telling you that when we become adults, we get to realize for ourselves that what their truth was is different from what our truth is. And so two truths can coexist. But anyways, that is their own perspective of how the world is. But then when you become an adult, you get to realize that you have your own perspective, and so you unlearn those opinions of your parents that does not work for you. Number two, parents influence how we see ourselves. This is very, very important because actually, a whole lot of times you get to see people who have self-confidence, and there are people who actually lack self-confidence. And so the way parents actually, the words and the expectations of our parents actually shape us into being what we are today, because it affects your becoming as a person in terms of growth. For you to talk about growth, you have to have confidence and the determination. You have to make that decision for yourself and have the confidence to push it through. So when you see, most of the times when you see people actually who lack self-confidence, it's because of the words that were spoken to them while they were young. It's the reason why I'll give an example of when you were young, or when I was young, for example. So I wasn't allowed to make friends as a person. When I was young as a child, I wasn't allowed to make friends. I was always inside. In Yoruba or in Nigeria, they call people like me. When I was young, we call them Ajebota, or Omo get inside. In Yoruba, Omo get inside. So as as I was growing up, I get to realize. I mean, for so many reasons, I always wondered the reason why my parents do not allow me to make friends. But then I get to realize that maybe it was for security reasons. And so when I get to become an adult, I start unlearning those things and then build my confidence to be able to socialize with people. I get to interact with people. I get to talk to people, even though they are from different background, different culture, and we'll still get to connect one way or the other, genuinely. And so the way our parents influence how we see ourselves is very, very important. So number three, parents model relationships and behavior. Most of the times, actually, you get to see that a lot of people cannot handle friendship. Meanwhile, it's because of what they've experienced or how they were brought up, how the environment that they lived in while growing. Okay, so the way their parents handle conflict, the way our parents handle conflict, the way our parents handle communication, the way they handle love and anger actually becomes our default patterns when we grow up as an adult. And when you grow up, or when growth is happening or occurring in your life, you get to realize that there are these patterns that you need to unlearn as a person. I'll give an example again as myself. When I was growing up, I usually encounter my parents having conflicts, and of course, no relationship is perfect, and there will be arguments here and there. But then I get to realize that because whenever conflict happens like that, one of them actually walks away or just take a walk until the tension calms down. And so it becomes it became my default pattern. And when I get to start having my own personal relationship with people, I get to realize that you don't just walk out or take a walk until the tension comes out. Actually, it helps them because they get to understand each other after the tension comes down. But then when I grew up, I get to realize that you actually have to just sit there and discuss the matter, you know, the argument, whatever the conflict could be. You just have to, stay there and discuss it and end it there and let it end there. And the way we actually see them handle things like love, the way they communicate, actually shapes us. Okay. And lastly, number four, which is the last one, parents pass down the survival habits, and it's usually not the healthy ones. Oh, most parents do not understand or they do not realize this because as adults, we do not get to know that most times the things that our parents experience are different from what we are experiencing. And so many times, what worked for our parents is actually different from what worked for us or what is going to work for us to create the life that we want to build. So it's just a simple reflection. So I get to wonder, like, people of my class, people of my age and working class would realize that most of the time we get to just think like, oh, our parents actually earn, but then we're kind of thinking to ourselves like, our parents actually, I mean, we earn more than our parents, and you just get to realize, like, get to wonder, what are they able to afford to build a house, to buy a car, you know, to take us to, I mean, to send us to one of the best schools or send us to school generally, you know, you just get to realize that. And then you wonder, like, how did they do it, man? How did they do it? Because even now, bro, in our own generation, we get to. I mean, I go to the mall and then when I want to buy toothpaste, bro. For example, I look for the buy one take one, buy two, and I mean pay for one and buy and get two. I don't know how to explain it in a layman's language, but then buy one take one. I'm looking for the cheapest toothpaste. But that's just the truth because we're in different economy. So what worked for them is different from what worked or what is going to work for us. Because I get to realize that our parents actually do not go on adventure. People of nowadays, we want to go on adventure, we want to explore the world, we want to see what's out there for us. You know, we want to see what the world looks like outside our own environment, outside our own community. So it's quite different from their own era. So their own survival instinct or survival habits cannot work in our own time because we have different economy, we have different lifestyle. That's right. That's the truth. So comment below what character or habits that you actually learned from your parents while growing up that affected you as an adult now. Thank you and see you on the next one. Bye.